Hi guys, welcome to the second video on Lesser Florican. In this slide, we have certain points which highlight the characteristics of this bird. Most of these points we have already seen in the first slide, so we are not going to talk about them again in detail. The objective of highlighting these points here is to show in what ways can these points be asked in exam, and I've selected a few PYQs for this purpose. Of course, I could not give all the PYQs. It would not be viable to do that. To get all the PYQs related to this bird, please join my Telegram channel. The link will be given in the description. So the first point here talks about the lecking that this species does. We have already seen the aerial display and the frog-like rattle that the bird does. It is the call that the bird gives to get a mate, the attention of a female. Then we have seen that breeding coincides with the southwest monsoon. That means when monsoons come, these birds migrate to the desired locations, both males and females. Males acquire breeding plumage. So we have seen that the plumage changes, black and white it happens, and males are territorial. This is a new point we have not seen in the first video. So males are territorial, and the females, they visit male arenas exclusively for mating, and they nest outside or at the periphery of the territories of the males, and they raise their offsprings alone. This again is very important. This point we have not highlighted in the first video. So points like these, guys, they are self-explanatory, but let us just see quickly how they can be asked in exam. So here we have a PYQ. This came in the year 2020, if I'm not wrong. It says, with reference to Indian elephants, consider the following statements, and then a few characteristics of Indian elephants are given. Now, this same question can be asked previously also. It has been asked, I think in 2015, a similar question came about dugong. Then it has been repeated, basically, these kind of questions. So next year we could get, instead of Indian elephants, we could simply get Lesser Florican, and similar pattern. The points which we have just seen, those points can get like 4 points, 5 points, 6 points, whatever UPSC wants to give. Next is another question. If you want to see ghadials in their natural habitat, instead of ghadials, just imagine Lesser Florican given. Which one of the following is the best place to visit? So similar options could be given, and you could get Ajmer or any of the protected areas which we discussed in the first video. Similarly, just one last thing, I think this ghadial question came in the year 2017. Next, we have a question which appeared in the year 2014, if I'm not wrong. It gives you three animals, and it says the phenomenon of hibernation can be observed in which of the above animals. Instead of hibernation, we could simply get lecking. Okay, the phenomenon of lecking is observed in which of the above, and Lesser Florican could be one of the options, and that's it. We could get options like these, right? So guys, just a few examples of how UPSC can ask these questions. I have framed some more logic-based questions which do not require you to have knowledge, and given them in the Telegram group. So please join the group and solve the questions. They are pretty interesting, no doubt. And more such questions I always keep thinking and giving. So it will be good to have you in the group. Next, it says some more characteristics here. Females and chicks, they stay in the breeding grounds longer than the males until the chicks can move. They become some sort of self-dependent. Then breeding and cultivation is not frequent. Okay, in cropped areas, in croplands, breeding is not frequent, but it does occur. It is not that breeding does not happen in croplands at all. So these kind of questions can be asked. So, and one last thing, it says at the end of the breeding season, around October or November. So we are now in December. That is the end of the breeding season. The birds have been reported to return to their southeastern and northern regions, to return to their home locations. Similarly, we have a few other points that can be asked in exam. The first one says the bird is a local migrant in India and their ranging patterns are poorly known. Now, the report is repeatedly stressing on the fact that we don't understand this bird very well. And this is exactly why this species become all the more important for prelims, because yesterday's news says that 1,000 kilometers of one of the birds has been tracked successfully, and this is the highest we have gone to track these birds. So multiple kinds of questions can be asked around this information alone, in addition to what we have studied. The next point says that these birds tend to concentrate in regions that have received good rainfall. Good rainfall doesn't mean rainfall like you get in Western Ghats or in Northeast. This good is a subjective term here. It means good according to the grassland type of ecosystems. So we don't want heavily forested regions, dense vegetation. The regions which we have already discussed, they get ample amount of rainfall. So those areas will be preferred. Next, we have the threats and conservation issues. Again, self-explanatory points. You can go through these yourself. And I've got a PYQ here. I think this PYQ appeared in the year 2014. If I'm not wrong. I may mess up the dates, guys. Just don't worry about the dates. You can check these yourself. But the PYQ definitely is what we want to look at. So it says, other than poaching, what are the possible reasons for the decline of the population of Ganga River dolphins? So instead of Ganga River dolphins, you can just get lesser floricans and you get these reasons and the options, right? Here we have a map that highlights the occurrence probability of the lesser florican. We have the color coding given here. Blue means low probability, red means high probability. And if we come to the map, we can notice the regions where this bird can be found. So multiple different questions can be asked from just this map, guys. One question could give you the states where this bird is found. Another question could ask you the protected areas. Another could give you maybe even districts. Okay, we have seen districts being asked in exams, so districts could be given. We could get whether it is inland or coastal location. We could get the physiography, the terrain could be asked. We could get ecological regions, whether it is a grassland or it is hilly region or what desert region, different things. It's just a matter of brainstorming. So whatever you have learned in your geography, just apply everything to this particular map, whether it is soil, whether it is vegetation, anything, rivers, etc. And you could get a question. This map highlights the important places where this bird is found. So you may just go through the states and the respective places. This image here gives us a good idea about the preferred mating region of this bird. So we have the male here, the black and white plumage proves that it is a male, probably looking for a female, and we can notice the lush green grasses. So certainly it seems to be a grassland which has received good rainfall, the good subjective good that we studied in one of the previous slides. Also, guys, you can notice that it is a grassland, that is, there are no trees, and this means that the females will make their nest on the ground. I'm sorry for the background music, guys, the dogs are on duty. It is night time. So the females are going to make their nest on the ground, of course outside the territorial range of the male, and they are going to look for dense bushy grasses for security. They want to hide themselves and their chicks, so probably bushy grasses like these will be preferred by the females. Also, guys, it just struck me, one question could ask you that you have spotted a lesser florican, and which month of the year are you in, or in which ecological region are you in. So if it is asking you about the ecological region, the answer will be grasslands, and if it is asking you which month are you in, the answer will be the monsoon months, because you spot these birds only when they come for breeding, because these males jump and then the females also are around. So you spot these when they come for mating, and after the mating season, once the rains go, they just vanish. They are elusive birds. Okay, that. So just a matter of brainstorming different things. There's just linking which comes with experience. So keep thinking about it. You will get more and more clarity, more and more ideas what can be asked. Or better still, join my Telegram channel and the discussion group and solve the questions, discuss them. Perhaps even you may consider purchasing my products. Let's just stop here, guys. The dogs are making it impossible to record. I just hope these dogs would have been more elusive than the birds. Anyways, guys, good night. See you next time.